Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Twilight Princess. We're here in Kakariko Village just after we saved Colin, and oh, that scene was just adorable, wasn't it? There's a few things here in Kakariko Village that we need to do before heading up to the mines. As per usual, you know, there's always stuff you have to do before you can get on with the plot. Especially when you're trying to get everything in a Zelda game, you know, you're gonna have to get used to that fact. So if we go back into the graveyard and walk up these, or roll up these stairs back here, then there's a bug, a golden bug. It's the male ant. I almost said female ant. No, that's the male ant. And Link, you all right there? That was very strange. And there's nothing like defacing the graveyard, huh? Come on. Push a gravestone back, and we get a yellow rupee 10. Wow, it's hard to believe that that's the first yellow rupee I've gotten this week. But anytime that you see, as I mentioned, anytime that you see one gender of a bug, usually the other one's nearby. The female ant is actually in here, but the first thing I want to do is go over here to this general store. It's got Mallow's face on it. So Mallow is open to store. And he's he's the youngest kid in the game, I believe, but he does the most adult things, like opening his own business. It's my valuable merchandise. You want it, you pay for it. Buy something, and helps the whole village when you do. So, over there on the right, you see the Hylian Shield, 200 rupees, limited supply. Don't let them sell out before you buy one. It's not going to sell out before you buy one. You're going to buy the last one, always. So we have the Hylian Shield. That's good news and bad news, sort of. The good news is it's a better shield, and it's going to work better in the area we're going to because the old Ordnance Shield will burn away if it's touched with fire. But the bad news is the Hylian Shield is the best shield in the game. You're not going to see, there is no mirror shield or anything. As you can see, there's only 2 shield slots, so we're never going to get another shield. It's kind of disappointing, but well, what can you do, right? So let's hop on Epona. Whoa, okay. Slow down. I just want to turn around, it's okay. Alright, and now we want to collect the female... It was the ant that was there, I think? It's in this little building. If you remember, there was an invisible bug in here that we got. I think it was the one under the box. Yeah, it was under that box. Now there's a golden bug in here we need to get. Female ant. So there you go. And that's everything here in this area. There's no heart pieces in the village that we can get right now. Notice I say right now. We will be back later, so... Let's just get back on our horse, and I suppose we can head for the mines now, because we... I hate that taking off. I need to stop jumping on from the back. But yeah, I suppose we can head to the mines now, because there's nothing else we need to do. So let's climb up this impassable path here. I'll never get tired of saying that. Alright, so, yeah, so, sorry I haven't been I don't know, I was just concentrating, I guess. But, you want to put on your iron boots when you get up here. Well, I guess you don't have to yet. But, because this Goron will charge you again. And now that we have the iron boots, we can actually stand up to him, so... Let's do it. I love that sound, that's so awesome. It's pretty funny, too. But there we go, so that's going to happen numerous times. We're going to be charged quite a lot, actually, by rolling Gorons, so just always have your iron boots at the ready. And you can take care of anything that comes your way. I think there's a couple more. Yeah, there's one up here. I don't see why they really needed to do this more than once. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they'd have multiple Gorons guarding the mountain. But it shouldn't make you, you know, do this like 4 times here before you can climb into the next area. Sort of ground them up against the wall there. Okay, so now we can head up into the area where the Howling Stone was, and it's going to be a little more annoying this time around, mostly because there's going to be archers perched up. Oh, so we got one more Goron. Alright. So, as I was saying, this place is going to be a little more annoying this time through because there are archers posted around the tops. And they're actually pretty good shots. They can lead you pretty well, so it's actually a pretty important thing that you keep moving. But it's really not that big of a deal if you get hit, because, I mean, they do a whole whopping quarter of a heart's damage, so... You know, I'm sure you'll be alright, unless you get hit like 20 times at this point. Yep. Yeah, thankfully those don't do damage. That'd be pretty annoying if it did. And it appears as though Death Mountain is erupting again. And we're gonna get kind of a hint here as to how we need to proceed about climbing up this mountain. It's like, oh, look down there, it's a human. Quick, get on my back. Okay. So you get on their back, and... Spring... That was a little early, but whatever. That's kind of your clue as to what you need to do, is you need to jump up on their backs in order for them to propel you upwards. So here, this is kind of like a scripted eruption. Just keep moving around. And eventually, this giant shadow shows up. Thankfully, you don't have to actually avoid it, but... Oh, man. That is a giant rock. And it looks very hot, too. Whoa, this looks dangerous. Yeah, really. Eehee, yeah, you're really funny, Midna. That eehee laugh you do is kind of creepy. At least I picture it to be creepy. Okay, so that's the way back. And, we need to spring up here on this guy. Basically, what you have to do is block their attack and then, like, stab them in the belly, sort of. You don't actually kill them, thankfully, but... I don't know, I mean... It's kind of hard to imagine you're actually fighting Gorons right now, so... And apparently, remember that guy who was guarding the dead end who thought, he's like, oh, well, I'm useless. He actually was useless because I didn't need to go that way. I'm just kind of... I think I'm going to wait... never mind. I was going to just, like, wait out the eruption, but, yeah, well, it just ended anyway, so who cares, right? Well, it's always close. For some reason, I always feel like I'm not going to make that one. So let's get up on this one. Cool. Alright, so here you have to use your iron boots in order to avoid being blown away by the steam here. Kind of annoying that they actually make you do that, but... Because, I mean, there's no way you can get up here anyway without the iron boots, you know, since you couldn't even climb the cliff face without them. You get knocked off immediately. I guess they put these two Gorons here in order to make sure that you're paying attention. You know, and not just blindly running up there. I was thinking mindlessly and blindly, so I almost said blindlessly. It's like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. That's not even a word, is it? So there's just a few more jumps we need to make here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was trying to see if the shield attack worked on them. Let's see if I could find some use for it, but it doesn't even work on them. So what I like to do for this one is to do a jump attack before you land, because if you just jump like straight in front of this guy, then he'll pretty much punch you in the face before you get a chance to do anything, so... I like to do the attack just in case, you know, I land right next to him. It'll knock him back for a little bit. Alright, so in here, I went ahead and put on my iron boots because we're, this is like the main chamber, sort of. Well, I guess I could have waited to put them on here, but whatever. This doesn't look good. Enough! Yes? So this guy here is one of the Goron elders. If you couldn't tell, I mean, he even looks old. They did a good job of making him look old, but... I am a Goron elder, little human. Why, yes, I do. However, the mines beyond here are sacred to my tribe. Outsiders are not allowed unless... He's like, I get ya. And... That's cool. I love that smile there. So yeah, we have to do this, face this guy in a contest of power, and if you couldn't guess, the contest of power is, we're gonna be sumo wrestling. This is the reason that you want to go ahead and put your iron boots on, because if you don't, then as soon as, you know, the fight starts, he's just gonna push you straight out of the ring, and you're gonna have to try it again. So you'll save yourself a lot of trouble and hardship if you just go ahead and put the iron boots on. Young warrior, you have a strong will and sharp eyes. I also have iron boots, but don't tell anybody. Yep, so this guy is basically going to tell us the story of what's going on in the mountain, and I'm going to skip past most of it. Basically, there was some treasure in the mines. The treasure he's speaking of is the Fused Shadow, I suppose. I mean, that's what I'm guessing anyway. Darbus, their patriarch, went to go get it. He touched it, and pretty much everything went to hell after that, so... You two, let the young warrior pass. And that opens our way forward. But we're going to have to go forward in the next part, so until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.